Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Monday, September 8th, 2025. And I'm doing another collective read for you. As you know, it's a timeless read. You can switch the genders and the roles as you need to. That's okay. Please use your higher wisdom and discernment when you're listening to general collective reads. Not every read's going to be for you. Just take what applies and toss the rest, okay? Thank you for being here. I'm truly grateful to each and every one of you. I love you guys so very, very much. Let's see what Spirit wants to talk about now, shall we? Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the highest white light. What's the message for the collective at this hour? What would you like to discuss with the collective? Sacrifice in reverse. No more sacrificing. Could be an arrest. It's illumination. Overcoming. No more stalling. No more setbacks. Letting go. Surrendering. No more sacrifices. Climbing down, not stuck, not waiting. Overarching energy. Bottom of the deck, light. This is healing. This is illumination. It's truth. It's clarity. Congratulations. It's the sun. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise. You let go of something or someone and you've been able to heal. No more sacrificing. Maybe you're if it's a relationship or if it's a job or anything like that, you're the one that's always having to bite the bullet and take it on the chin and either you're missing out money or time or energy. You have to put all the energy in. Yeah, this is not a triumph for somebody else. There's discovery here. I just heard discovery. So this could be a court case. There's discovery. There's an arrest. Truth. So this is not a triumph for someone. They've been arrested. They've been stopped. They can't go anywhere. They can't move on. They can't overcome this. Something or someone was out of control. Loss of a home, business stability, or marriage. Somebody was non-committal. No more firm foundation here. They wanted to rock your world. They wanted you to be unstable. I heard that. It could have something to do with the first read. Doesn't have to. Could have stolen a home. Or they're trying to block your root chakra and make you feel unstable, insecure, but you're not. Yeah, this is over. Whatever this is. Maybe they're trying to unalive you. They could be afraid here. This is change. You are the phoenix rising. It's transformation. Somebody was not telling the truth. It was all lies. Something was unbalanced. 20 is judgment in reverse. So somebody made some poor decisions here. Or judgment went against somebody in a court of law. Somebody misjudged you. Judged you harshly based off of lies. They're being judged harshly based off of the truth. No second chances. This is karma. Lack of awareness, acceptance, and accountability. They don't want to balance things out. Well, no recognition, no rewards. 3. This is a doppelganger. This could be power of attorney. This could be somebody trying to impersonate you, taking your power away, trying to devalue you, take your rights away. Third eye chakra is blocked. Poor decisions, false contracts, all one-sided. Very karmic, whoever this is, or these people, or the situation. Didn't use their higher wisdom, and now they're getting consequences. No new beginnings. They were reckless, careless, and foolish. They were trying to block your third eye so you wouldn't have new beginnings, so you wouldn't take the chance or the risk. That's not a risk, but take initiative into your new beginning here. They didn't want you. They thought you were naive or gullible, or they were. You took the time to rest and rejuvenate here because somebody was trying to place obstacles and challenges in your way, trying to make you seem unstable, trying to fear you. I don't know. It could be somebody had too much emphasis on schmecks. I don't know. But this is a lot of lies, illusions, deception, manipulation, or magic, corruption, two-faced, something to do with the past or this is happening now. It's a third-party situation. A contract or a decision was made. You made the right choice. You healed your inner childhood wounds. You know your value and your worth here. Somebody thinks they still have an opportunity with you. You've moved on. They don't want you to move on. This is karmic for sure. Blocked. They're trying to block you. This is bad news. This is a backfire. It's a contract. See which way it goes. Could go on and on. Get another deck. See where else we're going to go with this bull crap. So we have sacrifice 12. You're no longer making sacrifices for this person or family or situation or job, wherever you are. Push and pull. Power struggles, imbalance, and stubborn. They can't slow you down. Tug of war. Yeah. Thinking of you. Oh, their feelings. Going back and forth with their feelings. Yeah, crying, nostalgia, missing you. That's what they wanted you to feel. You're happy. You're good. If it has anything to do with the last read, there's going to be a message here. Communication, conversation, expressing feelings. Nobody's really playing with your feelings or trying to. But you're stable. You're remaining stable. I just heard that. Opposites attract. This could be somebody they have nothing in common with. Somebody had a double life, or they claimed you did. You're an empress here. Male or female, this is divine feminine energy. Beautiful, sexy, or handsome, abundant, and confident. 1111, twin flame. Runner, chaser, divine timing. Hiding their true feelings. Egg on their face. Because they got caught up. They're hitting rock bottom. Karma, jail, legal issues, life falling apart. They put you in a love affair, third-party situation, secrets. Hook it up, STD, want to pop up on you? I don't think so. There's no contract. No contact. There's no contact for a reason. They have an STD. They could be calling you unknown caller, or this is the third party that's calling you, stalking, hanging up unknown numbers. Feeling guilty. They want you to look guilty, or they try to make you look guilty. Apology, remorseful, and ashamed. Toxic people. You're sick and tired of them. They're in avoidance. They can't look you in the eye. In hiding, feeling guilty, no communication. They want conflict resolution. But every time I see this card, it really bothers me because this guy's got this pen or pencil in her face. I mean, that's too close. That's kind of like threatening, right? In his face right there. So they want to they want to reconcile something, but they're the type of person that's expecting you to just drop everything and they can go on like normal. Take, lie. They wanted you to call them first or come crawling back to them, but that's not going to happen. It hasn't happened. So now they're really pissed off. They have to come towards you. Make it look like they care about you. I don't know about it says an apology here, but to tell you the truth, I don't think they're going to apologize, not in the way that normal people do. Didn't I see that earlier? Anyhow, so I'm picking up, you might be dealing with a narcissist or somebody's really high up ego-wise, right? Their head up their ass. If they do apologize, it'll be something like, sorry you felt that way. Sorry you felt that way. That's your problem. It's not theirs. Sorry you felt that way. Sacrifice, 12 in reverse, push and pull. They don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. You're done. I just heard that loud and clear. Some red lipstick stains. Divorce. If it's not a divorce, it has something to do with a contract, breaking contract, private relationship. You already know the tea, though. Somebody was full of envy. It's a hater. Somebody got played, or they were trying to play you. Manipulation, lies, and control. They could have said you were doing rugs here. Or they were, and they got busted here. This is the police. Somebody's wanting to set the record straight. There's an investigation, that's why. So you were dealing with a bugaboo, feeling insecure with themselves, or they claimed you were a bugaboo and you're very insecure. The total drama here. It's action time. Somebody's tired of the drama. Situation's about to explode. Grab your popcorn, okay? Something's about ready to go up in flames. And it could go different ways for different people. For some of you, somebody accused you of sleeping around on them, and that's why they left, but you left them. So go figure. It is what it is. Place the genders where it belongs, by the way, okay? It's only energy. So we have sacrifice, 12 in reverse. Somebody has to surrender. You're not worried. You let them go. This is push and pull. Don't want to hear it. One-sided. I told you, it's all one-sided. Fabricated behind your back so you wouldn't be able to defend yourself because you would know. You didn't know, but I think you do. You know what I mean? So, like, if you didn't know, how are you going to defend yourself? Confirmation bias. There we go. Somebody's got to confess. They're under a great deal of pressure. Spying on you, trolling and hating you. So you're obviously online here. There's accusations that were unfounded. Something's broken. Broken something. A promise broken. I don't know. They feel broken. They tried to break you. They're getting karma. That's why. They're lazy. There's a refusal here. Apathy. They have no feelings. Okay. They love bombing you. Something to do with life insurance. They're going to get some time. They're out of options. This is a disgrace. They wanted power and control over you. Low self-esteem. They wanted to lower your self-esteem, or they're operating with low self-esteem. The truth is coming out about a wedding, yours or somebody else's, same sex, codependent. It doesn't have to be a wedding. It could be just you were living together. You have a, like a higher level commitment, but they could have been involved with somebody that was same sex as well. Or they had somebody of the same sex as you, and or of them that was codependent upon them. They're going into rehab, or I don't know, somebody's out of control. They want your support. They were supporting somebody. You were supporting all these people without you knowing. There's retaliation and revenge here. They're unemployed. They're trying to make you unemployed. There's a grudge. They're in their south node, or they want you back in your south node. Bribery's involved. Addiction's involved. So they got bribed to say that you had addictions. You were always 10 steps ahead. This is a coward. You're very righteous here. Congratulations. You're getting justice. I keep hearing why. Somebody's going, why? If it's these assholes that did this to you, why? Why do they think this is happening? Why? Come on. They're moaning and complaining and crying. Give me a break. Sacrifice 12 in reverse, push and pull. Don't want to hear it in one-sided. This is a family, a home, business stability, a marriage, a gathering of some sort. You're stable and secure. It could be your family. You know your value and your worth. 4 cups in reverse, 4-4. Angels are helping you. What's the message, please, Spirit? So they betrayed you. This wasn't love. They were draining you. Somebody lost their soul. They took you a cup of love and dumped it. There was no love here. They didn't want you. There's no self-love. They don't love themselves. They didn't want you being loved. They showed you no love. It is what it is. End of a cycle here. This is a harsh and painful end for someone. The worst is over. Thank you. 2 of Wands in the upright. So there's a decision that needs to be made. What route are they going to take? They could have went to the crossroads, whoever this is, or this is you. You're still moving forward. Maybe you're making plans, or you did make plans. Somebody's facing some mountains here, some hardships, either you or someone else. This could be past, present, future. You knew either way there's going to be some hardships. This kind of looks like vultures circling, so be careful of the decision you made. You're not taking much with you. They could be watching you from afar, circling like vultures, waiting to pounce on you for whatever. Overarching energy, fast communication, fast action, and travel. 8 of Wands. This could be 8 people involved, 8 messaging. It doesn't have to be 8, but this is typically good news. Something's happening quick here. This could be you or someone else, male or female. Place the genders where it belongs. You're stable and secure, hardworking, abundant, good with money. Successful, very generous. Could be a father or a father. Could be a husband. Doesn't have to be. Could be a female. And somebody's very dedicated, committed to what they do. Established, right? It could be a money manager. Where are we going with this? 8 of Wands. King of Pentacles in the upright. Yep. They can't harvest from you any longer. This was a bad investment, misappropriation of funds. Didn't want to invest in you, can't invest in you. They can't harvest from you. They don't have the paperwork they need to finish this. They spent a lot of money. End of the road, can't go any further. You get what you give with 7 of Pentacles in reverse. They overestimated themselves and underestimated you. They may have to relocate. Yep, they lost a home. They stole a home or business. This is a shit family here. They wanted you to be homeless and unstable. Somebody has addictions. They went to extremes, inappropriate behavior, obsessions, no conflict resolution, there's no reconciling this. It's just pure disaster for whoever this is. Somebody was very impatient. This was unfair. Yeah, something to do with the past or is happening now. It's your family, children, siblings, cousins, past life soulmate. You're getting your flowers. Yeah, they wanted a life of luxury off you. They wanted you to look unstable, male or female, doesn't matter. They can't mind their own business. Somebody's a fucking nosy prick or Anyhow, somebody's unstable and insecure, greedy and selfish, codependent, clingy. They don't want to be alone. They want to reconcile with you because they're maybe facing homelessness. I don't know. They're unstable, that's for sure. Yeah. Somebody was bragging. They were showing off. You could be out in the public eye. They love the attention. Yeah, they were bragging about committing some sort of crime against you and imbalanced. This wasn't fair. It was imbalance here. Justice in reverse. They said you were unstable on public record or publicly. This was a crime. Whatever they did was unfair. It was a crime. It was unbalanced. Oof, this could be a leader of some sort, male or female. Somebody's paying attention, though. Seeing this deck, he's concentrating on you or something. Somebody with authority. This is somebody that takes a noble approach. They do have morals, ethics, and honor. They protect and defend the underdog. The underdog. This is a leader, not a follower. They're not afraid to make a decision. They're very innovative and creative and very confident. Now they're parting. Oh, they're grieving and regretting over something. They're parting ways. What is this King of Wands in the upright? And the Five of Cups in the upright. Something is unfair, unbalanced. Somebody lied. This is bad news. They lied. They threw rocks and hit hands. There'd been no communication. Could have lost a child. Somebody felt entitled. They were a drama starter. Very juvenile. They're grieving over something. Either, I don't know if they lied or they're realizing somebody lied to them, somebody, an authority figure. This is bad news. Something's ending a cycle to begin a new one. Or they lied about traveling or moving. Your protection, maybe. Lessons learned here. No communication, throwing rocks and hiding hands. Maybe you're online and people are hating and trolling on you. It's not for everybody here. Yeah, somebody's a fool. You're innocent. So somebody lied. You're innocent. You took a leap of faith. You have a new beginning. This is exciting here. You're not taking much with you from the past. Not everybody can come with you and not everything. You're just, nah. It's over. Yeah, you're innocent. Somebody can't overcome something, okay? They're trying to stop you. Somebody could have had a car accident or got their car repoed. They don't want to take accountability. They certainly don't want you moving ahead in life, taking control of your own life, or they can't take control of your life. Somebody's a fool. Feels like a fool. Maybe this person feels like a fool for listening to these people. Somebody's got to let go, or they have to let go of something, or they're going to be let go. They have to give up here. Somebody's angry and scared. They can't block. Let go of a family, let go of a large amount of money here. An inheritance or spiritual inheritance. Life insurance, like the card said. This is family. Somebody you have a family with. It's ending of a cycle. 10 of Pentacles. Long-term stability. Somebody's feeling rejected and abandoned. Loss of a child. Somebody's having an emotional outburst. They're not sorry. They were doing spell work. No new beginnings here. Somebody's really childish, immature, insincere. They're not sorry for what they've done. They don't want to apologize for stealing money. This is truth and clarity. This is exposed. Illumination. You're happy, healthy, wealthy, and wiser. You will be extremely happy. Yeah, it's truth here. Somebody's feeling ashamed of themselves. They're sick. This is not fair. This was unbalanced. Losing hope. They didn't want you having wish fulfillment. They're in their south node. Something to do with the transits, with the planets. I know there was an eclipse. There's a full blood moon or something like that. So it might have something to do with this. Yeah, devil energy. This is obsessions, addictions, codependency issues. Very toxic and karmic. This could be a contract. Somebody's bound to the devil or to a contract. Oof. Warlock. This is criminal. I just heard criminal. Could be a crooked judge or a leader, or somebody was pulling some strings for someone. This is crime. Lack of traditional. Somebody doesn't like traditional relationships. Giving out bad counsel, false. This is bad counsel. This is abuse of power, abuse of authority. Could be a crooked judge, leader, or spiritual leader. No faith. Divorce or separation. But that devil energy, somebody's bound to something here. Yeah, somebody got injured, or they wanted you injured. I heard backfire. So somebody got a backfire. I heard Ten of Swords in reverse. They're injured. Somebody needs to go in recovery or recover something, or there's no recovery. They did too much. Yeah. They didn't see it coming. Now they're paranoid. They're acting like a victim. They're indecisive. They don't know what to do. They don't see what's coming. They're getting nervous here. They're acting like a victim. I don't think so. There's mental conflict. There's a stalemate, and there's somebody's under denial. Somebody's in denial, or they're being denied. Trying to block the Queen of Wands. Okay. It could be you or someone else in the upright here. People look up to you. You're very honest. Male or female, you're standing in your power. You go your own way. Again, there's a counterpart here. These could be counterparts. You have some sort of authority in your hand. You're not afraid to speak your truth or do what needs to be done. You're very balanced between dark and light. You're confident. You're bold. You're unafraid. You're attracting. You're attractive. You're a creator. You're a leader. You took the initiative. You know you don't see eye to eye with these people. You don't trust these people. I think this is kind of like it kind of reminds me of a protective stance. You're very protected. You're very protective of yourself and what is yours, right? Queen of Wands. Yeah, you're very humble. Somebody lost control of a situation or of you, or they can't control you. Somebody's afraid. They're trying to intimidate you, or you intimidate them. Somebody has no integrity, loyalty, or honesty. This is somebody else. Acting like they don't see what's going on. They don't know what to do. Somebody's indecisive. They're afraid. They're trying to intimidate you. This could be a mistress or side dude. Or somebody else that sees the truth. Or this is you. You're intimidating them because you're taking a new approach, a creative approach. You're speaking your truth, setting boundaries, and cutting people and things out of your life. You're very spiritual. Your crown chakra's lit. You spoke the truth, or you're speaking the truth. You're surrounded by spirit with the doves here. You're very peaceful. The cat indicates spiritual protection as well. You can see beyond the veil. The purple color is spiritual royalty, and the blue speaks for throat chakra. You're speaking the truth. This is fated. You're going into a new destined cycle here. This is change. You know that these people were gold diggers and cloud chasers coming. Yeah, there's change here. Wheel of Fortune. You're very fortunate, or they think it's all luck. It's not luck. You put the work in. Now they're scared because you're speaking the truth. Yeah. Somebody wants to come in and give you a cup of love. They want to be friends. They want to be lovers, or something to do with support. There's an offer coming in. There's a gold digger cloud chaser. They're losing hope. There's no hope in hell. They're in their south node. You had to cut these people out. They're all in their south node. And that made all the change, the difference in your world. Because they're greedy. Yeah, you love yourself. This could be new love, true love coming in as well. This is new beginnings. Something to do with the moon cycle. So somebody could have been doing lust and love spells, coming to me spells. Something smells really fishy here. They've been watching you for a while. Trying to block new love from coming towards you, new beginnings, your happiness, emotional fulfillment, emotional support. No new beginnings. Somebody got burnt, got their hands burnt. This is corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. There you go. Could be a crooked judge, father, leader. Somebody who's in their ego. They're power tripping here. Power hungry, controlling, a bully, a tyrant. They bent to public pressure. So they could have lost their authority or never had authority or abused it. Somebody got caught. They got blocked. Or they got somebody to block you. I don't know. They bent to public pressure. They knew what they were doing was wrong. They did it anyway. Yeah, the truth is coming out. Moon reverse. They can't hide this anymore. There's no more confusion. They got to face their shadow and their fears. Yeah, they're feeling ashamed of themselves. Star in reverse. Losing hope. They didn't want you having wish fulfillment. The truth is coming out. They don't want you to be seen. Narcissist, sociopath or psychopath, male or female. Somebody had no authority to speak on your behalf or take action on your behalf. This is a pathological liar, a user, abuser, cold, calculating, and cruel. Very abusive. They're getting paid or paying others to do something against you. Somebody's a liar. They were paying others or getting paid by others. They're giving and receiving, prioritizing others. They need to balance something out. It wasn't an equal give and take at all. 6-6, by the way. They're in hot water. They can't escape. They can't move on. They were trying to block you, paying people to block you. Ooh, okay. They were impersonating you. This is a poser, a player. Somebody's not getting away with this. They're worried. They impersonated you. They forged your signature. They felt entitled. They could be stealing your work, your ideas, or your achievements, but this is a poser. They call it in. They don't want to do the work. They want the kudos, though. You know, people get on your knees and bow to them, you know, bow to them and then get on your knees. Yeah, they were stealing your work, maybe. This is successful. You've mastered yourself and your craft. But this person, whoever was trying to steal your work, claiming it as yours, is a rat, right? You can notice here these books. There's a lot of cobwebs on these books, meaning that they haven't done the appropriate studies. They haven't put enough time in. You know what I'm saying? What focus? Sorry. This person's got their foot on a book and they're sitting on a book to make them look or seem like they're higher elevated. They're learned. They're just copying your work. It could be counterfeit as well. Trying to hold back your work. Hold back your success. You have a lot of discipline. You're consciously aware of what they're doing here. You co-create with the divine. You're manifesting something new. You have all the tools you need for success. You're very focused. They're focused on you and your work. You're in control. They want power here. You're making it. You made some good judgment calls. They're under divine judgment. You're going to be taking some action against them. And judgment will be in your favor. Because somebody was spreading gossip, egregious gossip about you. This is a cult, coven, secret society, or a friend group, or a third party doing this. Somebody's not happy here. They bore false witness against you. They were trying to stop payment here. Your money. They don't want you having a new beginning. They perjured themselves. This is divination, abuse. Somebody took a huge gamble and lost. And they're in debt here. They're lazy. Don't want to put the work in. And very disrespectful. This is bad financial news. They're very immature. Didn't want to learn a damn thing. Yeah. Going to get arrested. This is illumination. Letting go and letting God. Surrendering. They can't sacrifice you. They're gossiping that you sacrificed children. Yeah, you didn't do that. It's illumination. They got to cut their losses here. 8 of Cups in reverse. They know it's a losing proposition. Somebody wants to come back here. They're blocked from coming back towards you. There could be a fight. You have the advantage, though. This is a losing proposition. Tower moment. Whatever they were trying to build, it was built on a false foundation. On a giving off a false sense of security and false impressions. They wanted your crown. They tried to screw with your crown chakra, and that's where they went wrong. Somebody's getting tossed right out. It's embarrassing and disgraceful. So, yeah, it's a tower. It is what it is. They got to let this go. People are finding out they let go of a divine feminine energy. Well, you let them go. Sounds like an arc. You don't. They let you go. You don't let them go. And if you do let them go, it's a smear campaign, right? They harass you and stalk you. They try to make your life a living hell. Good for them. So they held a grudge against you because you let them go, and you're the divine feminine, male or female, okay? Yeah, this is somebody that doesn't want to stop doing what they're doing. It's getting old. It's a permanent, profound ending or loss for this person. This is somebody that resists change. There's no change. You're still the divine feminine. You foresaw this. They can't unalive you. They were plotting and planning against you, though, weren't they? But you foresaw this. You have vision. Your ships are coming in, or it could be somebody at a distance. They're going to jail. They were trying to bind you. They're trying to restrict you. They're in trouble. They scapegoated you. This is the end of a family or a group. The whole family or group is going to be arrested. Yeah, this is unfair, unbalanced here. Somebody's out of control. This is disaster. They went to extremes, inappropriate behavior. They said you were crazy, you had addictions. Good for them. Where's the proof? Had somebody in their pocket? Yeah. Somebody's just investigated this. This is under surveillance. They're watching you, spying on you. This is delayed communication from afar. Somebody's learnt something. That you remained emotionally balanced, stable, mature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. You could be online. You could be an intuitive online, male or female. This is the biggest cup of love. You're a very trustworthy soul. The biggest cup of love. This is unconditional love. You're very generous of spirit, you know, time, energy. Somebody needs you, you're there, but, you know, I think you've reassessed that, or you should. I'm not saying don't be there for people that who, if somebody's always taking from you, they're never there for you. You know, when you really, really need somebody, they're always full of excuses, very disrespectful. And like in the last read, I was explaining, like, it was your birthday, and they can't even, they do the bare minimum, but less than the bare minimum. It's insulting. It's you know, no. I'm picking up, you're really reassess these people and what roles they play in your life. They don't give you, they don't add anything to your life. They take away. Yeah. You're unburdened. You've decided, you consciously made a decision that you're not going to let these people burden you any longer. They got to let this go, or you've let them go. It's ending a cycle. Yeah. Somebody wants to unburden themselves, and quickly. Why? Something happened quickly. The minute you unburdened yourself, something happened quickly. You have a good bird's eye view. This is an eagle. You see things from a higher vantage point. You spoke your truth, or somebody else is going to speak your truth. You're highly protected with that armor. You're speaking your truth. That's blue, right? Throat chakra. You're not afraid to take a risk. You're right on the edge, just like the Fool card. Could be 3 people that will be in tears. Could be a raid. Something's happening quickly. You've balanced yourself. You're in alignment. Somebody's made a head of a heart decision. They were weighing options, or you are. Someone's playing games. You're able to maintain and keep yourself balanced. There you go. Male or female. Queen of Pentacles. You're stable and secure. You know your value. You know your worth. You have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. You're hardworking, abundant, and independent. They're trying to hide you. You might be starting to socialize now. They don't want you to socialize for some reason. They don't want you to be seen. I don't know. Somebody's in their emotions. They're drinking. They were malicious, ruthless, okay? Careless and cruel. Emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable, and immature. Selfish, self-absorbed. A lot of secrets here. Crying in secret. You're highly intuitive. You could be a reader, spiritualist. You don't have to be. They want to open up now, but you already know you're intuitive. You're not speaking to these people. It's a deep knowing. Oh boy, somebody's scared. 9 of Swords in reverse. The worst has happened. You're not worried, or the worst has happened. Why? They want to justify and rationalize what they've done. They're going to drink before. Yeah, this is wish fulfillment here. You're on your own. You don't trust them. 2 of Cups. Don't see eye to eye. You're not speaking to them. Someone's very malicious, greedy. You know your value and your worth. They want to come in. They still think they have an opportunity with you. But at that one point, they took advantage of you. They were ungrateful and disrespectful. And you're not ignoring that. You're not going to ignore it ever again. Because you know your value and your worth. And other people see your value and worth. Maybe other people see you as wish fulfillment. This is rocking somebody's world. They want to come back again. This is unfinished business. Now they can't get their eyes off you. At one point, if you know this card, 4 of Cups, usually they're looking at the 3 of Cups. The fast people, the fast life. And the gift from the divine, they're ignoring. They don't want anything to do with it, right? But this time around, they're not ignoring the cup. So they now know you have wish fulfillment. You are wish fulfillment, but they blew it, okay? You healed your heart. This is a blessing in disguise. They want forgiveness now because they were talking shit about you. They emotionally, mentally, verbally, and psychologically abused you. And you always had to repair your own heart. Now they're being haunted by what they've done and said. They're really burdened. They can't eat or sleep. Maybe having nightmares. They're contemplating, strategizing, praying maybe. They need to put something to rest with you. They're exhausted, I think. Because they stole money, missed opportunity, they're in debt. while they were with you. They want to come back into another relationship because they're going towards lack and loss, poverty, or they left you in poverty, lack and loss on the outside looking in. They're running out of options. They don't have a choice. 7-7 might have something to do with this. They're being blocked. There's a fight. You're divinely protected and guided. Yeah, they're coming clean. They have to come clean. 7-7-7. They're not getting away with this. False contract, ending a third-party situation, collaboration. Somebody was not cooperating, not getting along, maybe stealing your creations. It's not their creations. Somebody's not a master of what they do. It's a false contract and breach of contract. It's all one-sided, whatever this is, another one-sided contract. They didn't use their higher wisdom and discernment. It was their way or the highway. They're very karmic. They can't be trusted. There's no harmony here. They're getting consequences for their poor decisions. Yeah, they're being stopped, out of control, don't want to take accountability. Either they had a car accident or got their car repoed. They can't pay up, so he's unfaithful, can't be trusted. Immature, irresponsible, lazy, not the rite of passage. They could have been trying to steal your money or steal your mail over and over again. They didn't want to learn a lesson. This is lessons that have not been learned. Have not been implicated. They can't stop you or hold you back or get you offline if you are online. They're hiding and cloaking. They don't want to be investigated. They're going to claim they didn't know. Bull crap. They don't want you going back into, I don't know, going out into society, starting to date or have friends or go out. Somebody doesn't want to be alone. Yeah. Hiding and cloaking the truth, hiding and cloaking communication. They were holding back. They were greedy and selfish. They wanted power. They wanted to control. Yeah, it's this group of people. A lot of conflict, competition, jealousy, drama, and strife and rivalry. They want protection here. They went to the crossroads. Somebody's got to make a decision. They picked the path that they're on. You're still moving forward. They're watching you from afar. They were making plans with a whole bunch of people, maybe, to hold back from you, to hold you back from your path. Why? I don't know. But if this is your story, you already know, and or you will know soon enough. They can't sacrifice you. There's going to be an arrest, illumination, truth and clarity. They're being exposed. You're going to be extremely happy here. Okay, it has something to do with a trust fund, or lots of trust. Healing. It's going to bring healing. Somebody, there's awareness here. Thinking of you, crying, nostalgia, missing you. This is what they want for you, or this is what they're going through. Push and pull with your emotions, right? Power struggle, imbalance and stubborn. Ain't going to happen. Red lipstick stain. So somebody was cheating on you, or they said you were sleeping with everybody and their dog. Don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. Maybe somebody they left you for was cheating on them. I don't know. You don't want to hear their excuses. I thought you were sleeping around on me. It's all one-sided. Confirmation bias. Well, more than one person said you were doing it. Must be true. Really? Did they go to the source? You? Go f yourself. Sorry, not sorry. You know, you're adults. You're supposed to be adults, and you act like that? Give me a fucking break. Well, so-and-so told me you did this, that, and the other thing. No, you know what? They didn't come to you. They didn't speak to you about it. If it's a family, it's a relationship, a partner, if it's a friend. No, they didn't come to you. That's how loyal and honest they were, right? They didn't say, hey, you know, so-and-so told me this, that, and the other thing. They've known you probably longer. If they're living with you, they know you. But some stranger or some third party's going to come in and say all these stories about you, and they're going to take it for gospel? What's that tell you? This person was looking for excuses, okay? It's just an excuse. It's bullshit. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's your own child. They came from your loins. They lived with you 24/7. They know who you are. And they're going to believe crap like this. Okay. Because I did pick it up in the last read. So the chess queen. Somebody's playing games here, okay? Your divine feminine energy, trust and strategizing. So you were 10 steps ahead all the time. It's a dragon's duel. 23, a higher power is involved, okay? Inner conflict, morality, and conscious choice. So they consciously made the choices they made. They can't blame anybody but themselves. Ice queen. So they iced you out, or you iced them out. You're speaking your truth, though. That's the Queen of Swords. That's the way I look at it. 28. This is fated. Gold diggers and cloud chasers. This change. They're getting karma. They wanted your destiny. Ideas preserved, non-action, entitlement. Somebody felt so entitled to have what you have or to be you. Gaia's Garden, 18. Lies and illusions. Deception, right? Fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. They're in fear here. You have high intuition. Oh boy. They're reaping what they've sown. It's a 9, there's investigation, 9 hermit. Discovery, finding out. They after around, they're finding out. 30. So the chess queen has all the tools you need to aid you in your quest for a life of purpose, peace, and prosperity. The 3 Ps. When she arrives as your ally, you're given the task of asking Spirit for a vision of your life. Ask also to know the right actions to ensure your part in this process of unfolding. Then, with a sense of trust, allow the strategy to be given unto you by the divine. Are your own goals and desires in alignment with the divine plan for your life? So at this point, I think you already know you are in contact with the divine. You already know what needs to be done. Granted, the divine, and this is for a very good reason, he'll tell you some of it, but not all. Deep down in your heart of hearts, you already know what's supposed to go. 41:14 when I looked up what's supposed to happen or will happen. You just got to step out of your own way sometimes, right? This is a reminder that there is your plan, and then there is the divine plan for your life. When you're in alignment with the latter, all manner of messages are delivered to aid you in taking the next right action for your life. The chess queen says that you will win this game as long as you let Spirit choose your moves. Follow your bliss and the inspired messages delivered by your soul. You cannot lose when you enter the realm of the chess queen and she appears as your ally. So you got friends, okay? They're rooting for you. They're doing stuff in the background. Spiritual. You don't see it. You might think nothing's happening, but trust and believe there is something happening. It's got to line up. So 23, the Dragon's Duel. This always reminds me of Niagara Falls. So you might live near Niagara. I do. It's very, very close to me. You might be right on the border. I don't know. It's a dragon duel. The Dragon's Duel takes, and this is ally and challenger together. The Dragon's Duel takes place at the proverbial fork in the road. So somebody's at a fork. It's both ally and challenger at once, as it represents the tension of opposites. Push and pull, right? We got that. Even though the truth is that we live in unity, we experience the duality of faith and doubt, love and fear, right and wrong, black and white. This aspect of your current experience asks you to accept that although you may be going one way, another may call to you to change direction. Now's the time to inquire whether it's your ego or your soul leading you. There are always choices in life. Decision-making also solves inner conflict. If you're torn between 2 dragons, the one that you choose to feed will be the one that wins. Which is it? Remember the story about the 2 wolves, right? The one that you feed is the strongest one. The dark wolf or the light wolf. It's your choice. If you're torn between 2 dragons, the one that you chose to feed will be the one that wins. Choose to feed, I should say. Which is it? If it's not the one that serves the highest of your intentions, deliberately feed the other, and the duel will be won in your favor. Ice Queen 28. The Ice Queen has come to block your movement for your highest good. Let your ideas be preserved until later. You can thaw them out and use them at another time when they will best serve. The realm of the Ice Queen is the place of non-action, and now is a perfect time to take a look at how far you've come and to ask yourself for a reclarification of your highest goals. Not all your plans can be accomplished at this moment. In fact, putting them on ice allows for the perfect timing later on. Don't be too hasty in trying to reach your goal. An even better one will present itself if you surrender and spend the winter with the Ice Queen. So we're coming into winter. Well, first we have to get to fall. So perhaps, too, you're trying to do too many things at once. This is a good occasion to choose only one thing to focus on and let the Ice Queen put the others in the deep freeze until a more appropriate time. She'll let you know when it's time to let them thaw. So that's for whomever is out there. Remember, this could be past, present, or future. You could have already gone through this period of estrangement, of quietness, to go within and figure out what was going on and to heal, right? And to elevate and find where you do belong. Because if you're unable to find the answers to those questions, you can't move forward. Let's face it, you can't, right? But think about it in that respect. If you don't know what to do next and where you're going next, you're less likely to get there. So that's why you need this quiet time, okay? Don't rush it. Everything's on time the way it's supposed to be. Where are we going with this? And also there could be some more healing that needs to be done, more culling in your life, meaning, you know, getting rid of things that don't belong in your life any longer. That could be people, situations. Maybe you need to move. It could be a job. It could be anything, okay? Everybody's story is a wee bit different. Where are we going with this? So rooster, oh boy. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. I know somebody like that. Horse, short journey. This could be Chinese zodiac as well. I just heard that. Somebody could be a rooster. Somebody could be a horse. That's involved. And somebody could be a dog. Getting together with friends. So all these people got together and came up after you. Bird perched. Waiting for news, package, and letter. They know you're waiting for news or package or letter. Or they are. And they intercepted it. Maybe if you were waiting for this. Archway. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up. And this is for you. Congratulations. Fox. Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So it has something to do with business, something to do with courts, institutions, property, money, a large amount of money, insurance, something like that. They targeted you. So goal-oriented person. Dolphin. Dolphins are very intelligent, by the way. Otherworldly almost. Financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. This could be work. They were stealing your work, your ideas, your creations, your intellectual property. Tree. Affairs with your family. So this is somebody you have a family with, or it is your family. You're very psychic. Congratulations. Psychic ability, trust your intuition. I think that's what you've done. Success is here. Congratulations. And they're going to have sour grapes. Time to go out and have fun. So you're going to be able to have fun, experience life. A tower, it's a good tower. The last read I started with talking about a tower. Towers are bad. Yeah, we learned to hate them. But at the end, they really do redirect us where we need to be. You know, you give yourself some healing times. You wait for the dust to settle and you look back going, you know, I wouldn't be here today in a much better place, happier, healthier if I hadn't have gone through that tower. So not all towers are bad, right? It's all in how you look at it. Solid foundation, success with effort. Horseshoe, good luck. And V for victory. I can't make this up. Somebody might be leaving your life here, or they wanted you to leave. Casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Your happiness is here. Okay? Somebody might be kicking the bucket. Time to get out of a situation. Yeah, it's a rat. Someone working against you behind your back. And this is all coming out. Someone's extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. It's a mule. This is a jackass. Okay? You're dealing with nothing. That frying pan, trouble, accusation. So they made accusations about you. They can't back up. So it's time to act. Lion. The lion's sleeping. The lion is not unalived. Okay? The lion's not stupid. A lion will only get up and take action if he absolutely has to. You know that lion story by Christopher Walken? It's a good analogy of what I'm picking up here. You know, the lion's hot. It's under the hot desert sun. He doesn't want to overexert himself. He knows he's king of the jungle. He doesn't have to, you know, prove it every time somebody comes into his area. You know what I'm saying? Sure, people try to, they play with him. They poke him. They, you know, the hyenas, the jackals, even the babies, the little lion cubs, and, you know, their partners and stuff. And like, you know what? I got to this point as the king of the jungle off of my own merits. I don't have to prove to everybody every 5 minutes who I am. Only when he absolutely has to will he get up and fucking devour whoever's got him pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Then you're in trouble. So that's what I'm saying. You were sleeping. You were fully aware of what was going on. You just picked your battles very wisely. And it looks like it's worked out for you, or will work out for you. You used your higher wisdom and you're better for it. Congratulations. Until next time, take care.